Dear Black Lives Matter, Nask here. I would like to extend a message to you, and to the social justice movement in general with this video, as one that is hopefully both rational and revealing, but at the same time portraying the level of respect that your movements rightfully deserve. Let us begin. Fuck you, for your constant and unceasing push of narratives on the basis of identity politics and intersectionalism, using these narratives in an attempt to push blatantly anti-white, anti-male, and anti-police agendas aimed at only serving yourselves and your fragile sensibilities under the cloak of so-called diversity and equality. Fuck you, for not only promoting but instigating and defending violence, vandalism, and theft as appropriate and productive means of protest, not against anything genuine, but merely as a method of supporting your own narratives, misinformation, and unfounded exaggerations. Fuck you, for despising and even killing police officers for no reason other than that it is their occupation or simply due to the color of their skin, who try to serve and protect every community, even your own, while at the same time calling for police to stay out of black communities or to even be disbanded entirely, then whining and complaining when crime is so prevalent in your own communities and neighborhoods. Fuck you, for demanding that police and prisons be abolished, as you consistently defend criminals and felons for either breaking the law, threatening the lives of officers, and or violating the requirements of their paroles and probations, purely due to the color of their skin. Fuck you, for consistently wreaking havoc across your own communities in response to a black person being shot, justified or otherwise, while attempting to convince the country and the world that these are protests and not riots, that these events are peaceful and not violent. Fuck you, for constantly whining about blacks being disproportionately imprisoned and jailed, while at the same time ignoring the fact that blacks in this country commit a vastly disproportionate amount of crime in damn near every aspect. Fuck you, for trying to push the narrative that your movement is peaceful and strictly about police accountability, and not an anti-police, anti-white movement, while at the same time either refusing to decry those who call for violence against or the death of police and whites by your supporters, or worse, even outright reinforcing these voices and giving them a platform.
Blanket, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon.
Fuck you, for your blatant attempts to divide and segregate our campuses, communities, and society as a whole in accordance to skin color, defying the very idea of inclusiveness and diversity with such racialized and regressive attitudes. Fuck you, for your perpetuation of the outright false narrative of the existence of white privilege as a means of justifying or excusing criminal activity and fueling anti-white sentiments, for ignoring that privilege is an issue of class, not of race, for using this narrative to spit in the faces of and dismiss outright the struggles of poor and homeless white people, even if you are far better off than they are, for using this narrative to justify and excuse your own racist and classist views while reinforcing your victimhood mentality and baseless sense of entitlement. Fuck you, for learning nothing from the civil rights movement and its champion Martin Luther King Jr., and making such demands as that this man is likely spinning in his grave at the very ideas you support.
That one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream.
Fuck you, for demanding monetary reparations for an issue that is long dead, which never occurred to or affected you personally, from those who never partook in or supported it, simply due to the color of their skin. And finally, fuck you, for dragging this country back into a pointless and unnecessary squabble over the issue of race, when for decades this country has been making such fantastic progress on the issue, and working ever harder and more fervently to ensure that those words forever enshrined in the Declaration of Independence, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, are a full and effective reality for every man, woman, and child of this nation. All the while, your narratives seek only to further divide us, to demand special privileges, rights, and treatment for yourselves and anyone you wouldn't consider white, to abolish the rule of law and the idea that everyone is innocent until proven guilty, and to not only insult, but also despise the very nation and rule of law that has done so much for all of us, and that with reason, logic, and equal opportunity can only ever improve to the benefit of every member of its citizenry, regardless of their features or identities. Fuck you, Black Lives Matter. Fuck you, social justice. Fuck you for trying to tear down the very fabric of such a great and capable nation.